insulin in our body disrupt our blood pressure, raise our blood pressure. Nobody talked to us about the fact that if you have high levels of insulin, a lot of blood sugar spikes day in, day out, it will disrupt your body's ability to regulate sugar. You'll start to develop prediabetes. Nobody warns us about these things, right? We spend so much time in emergency care, ERs, reactive, heart attack happens, and all of the money that could be put into prevention isn't there. And it's the first thing to get cut, okay? So that's one reason why so many people end up with insulin resistance, because we just don't know about it. We don't know enough about it, okay? And that's why I teach you guys and do what I do. The second thing is lifestyle factors. Like I said, stress and sedentary lifestyle are huge risk factors for a person developing insulin resistance. Why? Because high levels of stress, chronically elevated cortisol, raises our insulin levels further. It exasperates each other. It worsens each other, okay? So put a 1 in the live if you are somebody who knows you tend to have a lot more stress than others. You struggle with a lot of stress. Put a 1 in the live, let me know, because you probably have a lot of inflammation. High levels of stress leads to high levels of cortisol and a lot of inflammation. I can show you guys, this is what my face looked like when I was deeply struggling with insulin resistance, okay? My face looked like this. Very swollen, very inflamed. I don't even know who that girl is anymore. I don't even know who she is, okay? Struggling with a lot of swelling. If you see my face now, I look younger and less inflamed now at the age of 35 than I did most of my 20s. Most of my 20s, I was very significantly inflamed, okay? Double chin, swelling around the neck. Those are all signs of high levels of cortisol, high levels of insulin resistance. Exactly, Moonshine. Exactly. I don't look like the same person. I'll be honest with you. I believe that I look and feel better at this age of 35 than I did mostly my entire life, okay? Inflammation around the face, big sign of insulin resistance, and lots of adult acne. This is what my face looked like just 2 years ago, okay? Lots and lots and lots of hormonal acne. Very frustrating. Exactly, exactly. I don't know what the word is, but I've morphed into the younger version of myself, okay? So what I'm trying to say is there's some reasons why this happens. And a big one, I'll tell you, the biggest reason why people end up with insulin resistance is this one, okay? And sorry, are we mirrored? I don't know. I lost count, okay? We are struggling with a horrible food system, the available foods are always often processed. We eat the food makes us sick, we end up going on the medications, and we go through this vicious cycle throughout the entirety of our lives because we don't realize how genuinely harmful these ultra processed foods are. They are way more harmful than society makes them out to be. And I'm sure a bunch of you guys have already started to think about it. I'm sure if you're attracted to this live today, there's a part of you that has already started to think about these things. Our food system, the way we eat, the fact that most of our food is stripped of nutrients, the fact that most of our food doesn't have fiber, yet fiber is a key that regulates glucose levels, regulates our sugar, regulates our cholesterol, regulates our blood pressure. But most of our foods are stripped of it. Our frozen foods, our processed foods, okay? Even our fruits and vegetables that, for the last 20, 25 years, we've been looking at the fruits and vegetables, and studies show that the nutrient profile are just so significantly less than they used to be. Huge problems, okay? What does that mean? Our body is getting less and less of what it needs to stay healthy, to stay physiologically well, to maintain good cardiovascular health. And that is why the number one leading cause of death in the entire world is heart disease, because these processed foods significantly disrupt our cardiovascular system, and it is a silent killer for a reason, okay? And I'm not trying to scare you, but I'm trying to teach you and show you guys that there are things that doctors could do to teach you how to reverse insulin resistance, but they don't, okay? They treat you with blood pressure medications. They treat you with cholesterol medications. They'll put you on metformin for prediabetes and type 2 diabetes, okay? They will put you on obesity medications like it's nobody's business. Everybody and their mother in my community, in my circle these days, is on one of those GLPs, okay? They're giving it away like it's candy, all right? And at the bottom of every single one of those illnesses that I just mentioned, with every single one of those prescriptions, is insulin resistance. And how does it happen? Well, I'm gonna show you guys right now, okay? And it happens pretty easily, pretty simply, but a lot of us just don't realize, okay? Put a 1 in the live if this is making sense for you guys. Put a 1 in the live if this is, relating to any of you guys. Put a 1 in the live if you're already on one of these medications for cholesterol, for blood pressure, for pre-diabetes, type 2 diabetes. Put a 1 in the live and let me know, because that will help me know which avenue to go down in my live today, okay? Let me know if there's a specific illness you'd like me to talk more about. I mean, I was somebody who was on hypothyroid medications. I was injecting insulin. So you don't got to be scared. I know about all the meds. I'm pretty sure I've probably taken one of them. Okay. So let me know, put a one in the live, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how this happens. Okay. Let me know where you guys are joining me from as well. Like I mentioned, I'm from Toronto. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from today. And I hope you guys are all having an awesome day. So this is exactly how insulin resistance happens. I gave you guys, I'm on the protocol just here. Oh, thank you so much, Moonshine. No problem. That's great. Awesome, Glucose Girl. Thank you guys. And no problem, Moonshine. I'm happy to have you anytime. And thank you for all the support. If you go live, I would love to support you back. Okay. How long have you been on the protocol and what have you noticed? Hopefully you're feeling good. Hopefully if you're supporting, it means you're doing really, really well. So most people don't realize, I told you guys the why it happens, okay? Stress, alcohol use, lots of tobacco, hypothetically, okay? If you're smoking a lot, drinking a lot of stress. But the biggest culprit, like I showed you guys, big food, the biggest culprit is the food that we eat, and not just what we eat, but when we eat, okay? Most people don't realize that we are causing our body massive blood sugar spikes all day long. From the moment we wake up to the moment we go to sleep, our blood sugar and our insulin is fighting for its life. Okay, we're talking about insulin resistance. What is it? Why does it matter? Why is it important? Well, it relates to your blood sugar. Okay, so every single time you eat food, any single, I'm like, guys, it's late in Toronto. My words are all, I haven't talked enough today. Clearly, my words are all jumbling. Okay, every single time you eat, whether it's a drink, whether it is a snack, whether it is breakfast, lunch, dinner, your blood sugar will spike. And that is normal. That is a normal response to eating, okay? 1 week in 1 week, it'll be 90 days. I'm feeling less brain fog, more energy, drop 7 pounds. Amazing. That's excellent. Congrats. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Awesome. So every single time you eat, whether it's a drink, whether it is food, snacks, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you have a blood sugar spike, okay? Your blood sugar goes up. This is normal. Our body anticipates it, okay? Our body expects that. So every single time you have a blood sugar spike, the pancreas, the beautiful, beautiful pancreas, the small but mighty organ, it looks like this. It produces a hormone called insulin, okay? And I'm not talking about the insulin that we inject, okay? I'm not talking about the medicinal insulin that type 1 diabetics have to inject, type 2 diabetics have to inject. I am talking about the insulin that your pancreas naturally produces from its beta cells, okay? Because your pancreas has alpha and beta cells, and the beta cells, they help to produce the insulin, okay? It is produced to regulate your blood sugar, okay? So your blood sugar goes up, pancreas produces insulin, insulin lowers and regulates your blood sugar. You also have this other amazing hormone. It is called glucagon. And when your blood sugar is too low, glucagon is produced, activated to raise your blood sugar. This is how a healthy person has stable blood sugar levels throughout the day, okay? Fair? Put a 1 if that makes sense, okay? So insulin is the hormone, sugar is what it's managing, okay? But insulin, that's not insulin's only job. Just like the pancreas's only job isn't just to produce insulin, it also produces a lot of digestive enzymes. Welcome, Claude. Happy what? Oh my God, I almost said happy Monday, guys. Like literally today, I'm struggling for my life. Happy Thursday, guys. It's almost Friday. We're almost at the end of the week. Welcome, 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 okay? I don't know why I was just talking about Monday, so I was thinking about Monday, okay? So the pancreas's job is not only just to, hi, you know, guys, I'm a mom. I live in a very busy household, so some days I do better than others when I go on live. I got the information here, but sometimes I struggle to transcribe it. That is a common thing I've had since I was a kid. I've always struggled to communicate, so I'm working on it, and I hope you guys will bear with me, okay? Today, I'm clearly having a harder time. Okay, so yeah, just like I said, the pancreas is an amazing organ. It doesn't just produce insulin, just like thank you, just like insulin's only job isn't just to regulate blood sugar, okay? Insulin also acts as this switch, okay? It's a switch for fat burning and fat storing, okay? So every single time, I'm gonna draw this on the board so we see it, okay? Every single time insulin, and for the purpose of my live today, insulin is black, okay? So every single time insulin is high, all right, let's see that arrow, we're going to gain weight. We are going to store fat, okay? So if insulin is high, we're putting extra weight on. Why is that? Because insulin tells our body to store fat. I think this is going to be the wrong way, but I want you guys to just see that, okay? So when insulin rises to regulate blood sugar, it also puts your body into fat storage mode. This tells our body to store extra fat and we can gain weight there, okay? Insulin is a switch, right? So it turns fat storage on. It also has the capacity to turn fat storage off. That's the fat burning potential. So when insulin is low, we can lose weight, okay? So low insulin, we get, I'm gonna draw our waist, a skinnier waist, okay? Smaller waist. That's how we understand insulin's principle, okay? So insulin works to regulate our blood sugar, but it also tells our body when to gain weight and when to lose weight for simple terminology, okay? It puts our body either into fat storage mode or fat burning mode. And most of us, put a 1 in the live if you prefer to be in fat burning mode, because I think most of us want to be in fat burning mode. We just don't understand why we're not, okay? Most of us want to lose weight. We just don't understand why our body is stuck. If you are a woman in menopause, if you are a woman with PCOS, you're like, why can't I lose I walk by a bakery and I smell the bread and I'm gaining weight. Okay, that is the majority of women, a lot of us women, but a lot of men too. Okay, it's not just us women, okay? So insulin rises from your pancreas to regulate blood sugar, but it also tells your body when to store fat and burn fat. Can you guys take a guess why then insulin would go high? Why would our insulin be high? Why is it always high? Why would it be stuck in fat storage mode? Why aren't we fat burning? What would be the reason? Who can guess? What would be the reason why insulin gets high and it stays high? If you guys have been following so far and you understand that it's produced to regulate our blood sugar, what would make it go up and not come down? What would leave us in fat storage mode and we're struggling to get out of it? We cannot get out of it and we can't burn fat. Let me know if you think you know the answer. Obviously, I'm going to tell you guys, but I just want to know if you guys know. So if every single time we eat, every single time we drink, we're having a blood sugar spike, this is our sugar, and our insulin is produced, why? What would happen in our body where it would just get stuck in fat storage? And even though we're exercising, even though we're eating pretty healthy, let's say, maybe we're even eating salads and protein and we're trying to get our macros in and we're trying to do all good. We're weighing our food, we're counting our calories and we're still gaining weight. Why would our body do that? Because we're eating constantly. You got it. Those myths that I told you about, eating every 2 hours, okay? The myth that breakfast is the most important meal of the day has left most of us in fat storage mode, gaining weight, where our hips are bigger, our bellies are bigger, our faces are inflamed, and you end up looking like how I looked, okay? You have a bigger belly, okay? Your belly is stuck, you can't seem to lose weight, and your face is inflamed, how I looked, okay? All that inflammation comes from insulin, okay? So eating constantly. So you got it, Moonshine. Thank you for that lovely answer. Thank you guys. You guys are an excellent audience today, okay? Eating all the time. What does that look like? We wake up in the morning, okay? We have breakfast. Wake up in the morning, you have breakfast. You have your coffee with cream and sugar. Or for some of us, men and women, we're having energy drinks. We're having sweet tea. We're having Frappuccino. We are having Coca-Cola. We are having Pepsi. We are having iced tea. We are having all kinds of beverages because it's not just food that raises our blood sugar, okay? So how do we end up with high levels of insulin where we cannot burn fat? Well, it's not even as bad as you might think. It might even just be that one single banana you have in the morning. It might just be that one donut you have mid-afternoon. It's the constantly putting things in our mouths, having our breakfast, our lunch, our dinner, our snacks. What this does is it raises our insulin threshold, okay? So now our blood sugar rises every single time we eat. Blood sugar rises, blood sugar rises, blood sugar rises, blood sugar rises. And insulin is rising to bring it down, okay? Right? Working all day long, bringing it down. Now, here's the problem. Here's the biggest issue and why so many people struggle with insulin resistance but do not have prediabetes, do not have high blood pressure, go to their doctor with a big belly, with not feeling well, low energy, constantly hungry, constantly craving food, anxious, irritable, low mood, all these symptoms, and your doctor says you're fine because insulin is high, but your blood values just don't show it yet. Why is that? Because every single time you have a blood sugar spike, your pancreas produces more insulin to bring down your blood sugar. So insulin is right here. It's working hard, okay? Your blood sugar comes down because insulin's working so hard. You eat again, your blood sugar goes up. Insulin's working super hard. Blood sugar goes down. And none of these things, none of these highs and lows put you in the category of pre-diabetes or type 2 diabetes yet. But this insulin up here, nice and high, working and fighting for its literal life, is causing systemic inflammation all over your body, okay? All over your body. High levels of insulin will drive fat storage, will tell your liver to store more fat, will tell your fat cells to grow, will make your joints inflamed, will make your face inflamed, will make you feel bloated, irritated, all those itises, gingivitis. So your symptoms are going through the roof. Not everybody has the same symptoms. We're all different, right? We all present with different symptoms. Psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, adult acne. These are all the symptoms, okay? But you don't know that anything is wrong because when you go to your doctor's like, your blood sugar is fine. Your doctor doesn't test your insulin. If you have had your insulin levels checked in the last 5 years, put a 1 in the live. I would love to know, okay? Insulin is the master metabolic hormone. It is a dominant growth hormone. And when insulin is high, it sends your testosterone through the roof with women. It lowers your testosterone with men, okay? It disrupts your estrogen, disrupts your testosterone, can lead women into full-blown PCOS, full-blown infertility, can lead men into full-blown erectile dysfunction, full-blown infertility, but your doctor won't test for it. I work with people one-on-one, okay? I had a client 2 weeks ago tell me, the facial hair, the adult acne, the painful periods, okay? The cysts on the ovaries, but not in everybody, because not every woman gets the cysts, but for so many of us, everybody and their mother seems like they have PCOS these days. How many women do you encounter in the last couple weeks, honestly, in the last year, that are in their 40s and are like, I feel like I'm in perimenopause? The amount of women who are struggling with insulin resistance that presents then in PCOS, that presents in perimenopause is astronomical. The numbers are out of this world, worse than it's ever been, okay? We are the sickest. We are the most medically advanced, okay? We have the most medical technology ever in this world, and we are the sickest. Our kids are the sickest. The youngest ages we've ever seen non-alcoholic fatty liver in kids that obviously are not drinking alcohol. The youngest amount of kids getting type 2 diabetes, okay? Women and men at younger and younger and younger ages developing concerning heart diseases, heart attacks, arrhythmias, okay? Men and women literally dropping dead, okay? And yeah, sure, we could speculate about different causes, but the biggest cause is big food. The biggest cause, okay? The biggest thing is what we're eating every single day and how often we're eating, okay?